got you.
Run! Run!
Hey, get back here.
June 19th, 1972. The GOP security aide is among the Watergate burglars. The Washington Post reports. Former Attorney General Jim Mitchell, head of the Nixon campaign, denies any link to the apparition.
August 1st, 1972. A cashier's check, apparently earmarked for the Nixon campaign, wound up in the bank account for a Watergate burglar. The Washington Post reports.
It is September 29th, 1972, and the Washington Post reports that John Mitchell, while serving as the Attorney General, controlled a secret Republican fund used to finance widespread intelligence gathering operations against the Democrats.
The date is October 10th, 1972. FBI agents establish that 2 Watergate break-ins stemmed from a massive campaign of political spying and sabotage conducted on behalf of the Nixon re-election effort, the Post reports.
I've been expecting you. Nixon is pre-elected in one of the largest landslides in American political history, taking more than 60% of the vote and crushing the Democratic nominee, Senator George McGovern of South Dakota.
Good evening, America. It is January 30th, 1973. Former Nixon aides G. Gordon Liddy and James W. McCord, Jr. are convicted of conspiracy, burglary, and wiretapping in the Watergate incident. 5 other men pleaded guilty, but mystery remains.
Good evening. This is April 30th, 1972. Nixon's top White House staffers, H.R. Haldeman and John Urschelman, and Attorney General Richard Kleindienst resign over the scandal. White House counsel John Dean is fired.
It is June 3rd, 1973. John Dean has told Watergate investigators that he discussed the Watergate cover-up with President Nixon at least 35 times, the Post reports.
The date is July 13th, 1973. Alexander Butterfield, former presidential appointments secretary, reveals in Congress testimony that since 1971, Nixon had recorded all conversations and telephone calls in his offices.
Hello. July 18, 1973. Nixon reportedly orders the White House taping system disconnected.
Good evening, ladies. You won't believe what happened today. It's July 23rd, 1973, and Nixon refuses to turn over the presidential tape recordings to the Watergate Committee or the special prosecutor.
October 20th, 1973. Saturday Night Massacre. Nixon fires Archibald Cox and abolishes the office of special prosecutors. Attorney General Richardson and Deputy Attorney General William D. Ruckelshaus resign, and pressure for impeachment mounts in Congress. Nixon maintains his innocence in the Watergate case.
The date is December 7th, 1973. The White House can't explain an 18.5-minute gap in one of the tapes. Chief of Staff Alexander Heiss says one theory is that some sinister force erased the segment.
July 24, 1974. The Supreme Court rules unanimously that Nixon must turn over the tape recordings of 64 White House conversations, rejecting the president's claims of executive privilege. Yeah.
July 27th, 1974. House Judiciary Committee passes the first of 3 articles of impeachment, charging obstruction of justice. Coming up next, Mr. V's paint story at 5.
Hooray! Good evening. This is the 37th time I have spoken to you from this office, where so many decisions have been made that shape the history of this nation. Each time I have done so to discuss with you some matter that I believe affected the national interest. In all the decisions I've made in my public life, I've always tried to do what was best for this nation. Throughout the long and difficult process of Watergate, I felt it was my duty to persevere, to make every possible effort to complete the term of office to which you elected me. In the past days, however, it's become evident to me that I no longer have a strong enough political base in Congress to justify continuing that effort. As long as there was such a base, I felt strongly that it was necessary to see the constitutional process to its conclusion. That to do so otherwise would be unfaithful to the spirit of that durably difficult process and a dangerously destabilizing precedent for the future. But with the disappearance of that base, I now believe that the constitutional purpose has been served, and there is no longer a need for the process to be prolonged. I would have preferred to carry through the finish, whatever the personal agony it have involved. And my family unanimously encouraged me to do so. But the interest of the nation must always come before any personal considerations. When I first took the oath of office 5.5 years ago as president, I made the sacred commitment to consecrate my office, my energies, and all the wisdom I can summon to the cause of peace among nations. I've done my very best in all the days since to be true to that pledge. As a result of these efforts, I'm confident that the world is a safer place today. Not only for the people of America, but for the people of all nations. And that all of our children will have a better chance than before of living in peace rather than dying in war. This, more than anything, is what I hope to achieve when I stop the presidency. This, more than anything, is what I hoped to be my legacy to you, to your country, as I leave the presidency. To have served in this office is to have felt a very personal sense of kinship of each and every American. In leaving it, I do so with this prayer. May God's grace be with you in all the days ahead.
But let me say, you're a strong man, God damn it, and I love you. And I love John, all the rest, and by God, keep the faith, keep the faith.
She moves slow. acércame tu pantalón blanco, regálame tu panty blanco, acércame tu pantalón blanco, regálame tu panty blanco, acércame tu pantalón blanco, regálame tu panty blanco, acércame tu pantalón blanco, regálame tu panty. She act a little bougie, act a little plastic, act a little snob, act a little fake. She said she don't do this, said she don't do that. Watch out, all that change. When I give her what she want, when I give her what she need, when I show her what it is to fulfill fantasies. When it's all said and done, she go back for more. Like please, 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 please. Súbelo, no pares, dale que esto siga. Súbelo, no pares, dale que esto siga. Súbelo, no pares, dale que esto siga. Yo abajo y tú arriba. Blanco, acércame tu pantalón blanco, regálame tu panty blanco, acércame tu pantalón blanco, regálame tu panty blanco, acércame tu pantalón blanco, regálame tu panty blanco, acércame tu pantalón blanco, regálame tu panty.
Yo estaba en la disco, soñando, imaginándote a ti, con tu pantalón blanco, modelando todo esto a mí.
Súbelo, no pares, dale que esto siga. Súbelo, no pares, dale que esto siga. Súbelo, no pares, dale que esto siga. Yo abajo y tú arriba. Blanco, acércame tu pantalón blanco, regálame tu